Welcome back down to ringside, everybody. It is now time for what should be a violent affair between two of the most violent.
Is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 257 pounds, Eddie King.
The Mad King, Eddie Kingston, making his way out to the ring here this week in Miami, Florida for an Extreme Rules matchup with Cactus Jack. Set to be one hell of a barn burner. Eddie Kingston, one of the most violent and ruthless individuals in all of wrestling, and of course we know the story of Cactus Jack. Exploding ring, barbed wire, death match, thumbtack, gusset plates, glasses. Not actual eyeglasses, but, pieces of glass everywhere. And here this week at Fantasy Warfare, these two are going to be permitted to beat the ever-living hell out of each other, with the only parameter being that they must finish the match in the ring. Other than that, anything goes in this one.
And his opponent, from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds.
There you see Cactus Jack making his way out to the ring here this week on Fantasy Warfare. Cactus Jack, no stranger to Fantasy Warfare, quite the regular in Season 1. If for no other reason other than he was in the intro. One of the faces of the intro video from Season 1. But here making a presence already in Season 2, Episode 2 of WWE 2K23 Fantasy Warfare. And now we are about to get ready and underway. Here we go. Extreme Rules, Cactus Jack and Eddie Kingston, our second match of the week. Cactus taking a moment to do some stomping in the corner, and Eddie Kingston made him pay for it by punching him right in the mouth. Then he sets him up. Thought he was going for an electric chair drop, but instead he just dropped him down and hit him in the back of the head with a forearm. Nice ruse by Kingston to fool Cactus Jack into thinking something else was going on. And now Kingston has a kendo stick, and it looks like we're going to take things to the extreme very early in this contest. Saito suplex by Eddie Kingston on Cactus Jack. Referee, we only get a count of one on that one. Kingston springboard forearm shot to the top of the skull of Cactus Jack. Drops down the hardcore legend right to the mat. Now Kingston working over Cactus Jack with overhead punches, chops, and then that throat thrust drops him to the mat. But Cactus Jack is quickly back up to his feet, taking the control, bringing Kingston over to the ropes. And now using the top rope to his advantage to choke Kingston. Kingston having the airways closed off for just a quick moment by Cactus Jack. And then he gets a little more damage to him one more time as Jack drops him down across the top rope. And now Cactus Jack going to work other parts of the body before once again focusing on the airways of Eddie Kingston. Cactus Jack was trying to pick up the kendo stick that Eddie Kingston brought into the ring, but it was not to be. It looks like that kendo stick has rolled out to the floor. Cactus Jack down into the cover, just like when Kingston tried. We only get a 1 count. Nice hip toss by Cactus Jack, takes Kingston down, and now Cactus Jack out to the floor. He's going after the ring steps, but Kingston is quickly there to grab him. I was going to say, I know this one. He did it again. He got him up in the electric chair drop setup and then throws Foley down, hits him in the back of the head with a forearm shot, and now continuing that attack on the floor. It is anything goes in this one. Extreme Rules. The only caveat is that the final fall must occur in the ring. But otherwise, these guys are free to brawl each and every place they want to brawl, all throughout the Fantasy Warfare arena here in Miami. That's right, we buy the naming rights to the building for each show, one-time licensing fee. It was probably something like the Quicken Loans Arena or the H&R Block Center. But for tonight, it's the Fantasy Warfare Arena. That's right, we shell out the big bucks. We buy the damn building literally for the night. Nice shoulder breaker by Cactus Jack on the floor. And I thought he was going for the mandible claw. Looked like he might have actually been going for a choke slam on the floor, but it was not happening, says Eddie Kingston. Kingston just leveled Foley with two different shots with the knee right to the chest, and now kicking at the back of the leg. Thought Foley had a reversal attempt on that one, but Kingston actually hitting that reverse suplex on Cactus Jack on the outside of the ring. And now Kingston circling the outside, following Cactus Jack back into the ring, but he quickly goes back out to the floor, and he is looking under the ring. What's he got? Grabs a baseball bat. That's what he's got. A baseball bat shot 2-3 times to Mick Foley. Down into the cover goes Kingston, and we only get a count of 2. Kingston once again picks up the baseball bat. And there's the mandible claw. Thought we were seeing it a few moments ago, but we're seeing it right there. Foley with the cover out of the mandible claw, and we only get 2. Mick Foley now taunting Kingston with a bat before leveling him in the lower spine with it. Foley into the cover. We get a count 1, and that's all we get is the count 1. Kingston springs up to his feet. Cactus Jack meets him there. Irish whip sends him off the opposite side. Kingston ducks that one, misses a second shot, does Cactus Jack. He caught an elbow. He returns with a knee to the gut. Irish whip sends Kingston into the corner. Cactus Jack has that bat again. Oh, right to the bridge. Right to the bridge of the nose. Kingston quickly moves out of the way that time, but he doesn't he doesn't move out of the way that third time. Moved out of the way the fourth. Foley drops the bat. Kingston sent him off with an Irish whip. They collide. Classic WWE 2K on that one. Before Kingston dropped Foley with the kitchen sink. And now both men have headed out to the floor. Kingston is grabbing a ladder. Foley has a steel chair. Oh, and Kingston gets leveled with the chair. And now Mick Foley is laying a beat down on Eddie Kingston. Oh, Foley into the ladder. Kingston now puts Foley on the ladder. What are we going to see out of these two here? Foley is down. Oh my goodness. Kingston just flew over the top rope and down to the floor, taking out Mick Foley. Cactus Jack, whatever you want to call it. This has been a wild affair so far here between Eddie Kingston and Cactus Jack. Kingston now wielding that kendo stick, going after Cactus Jack and just beating him down relentlessly with it. Oh, Jesus. Kendo stick exploding on Eddie Kingston. Foley throwing the steel steps down and now going back after Eddie Kingston some more, but Kingston counters and hits Foley with the kitchen sink. Kingston with a steel chair goes right after Foley again, returning some of the shots that Foley laid on Kingston just a few moments ago before dropping both legs into the crotch of Cactus Jack. There are shards of weapons everywhere, broken chairs, steel steps everywhere. These two have beaten the living hell out of each other, and it's only our second match of the week. Kingston out to the floor with that baseball bat again, continuing the assault on Foley. But Cactus He stops it, sends him into the ring. Cactus Jack coming after Kingston. He grabs him. Cactus pile driver. Drives him down into the canvas. Referee Cena is there. And we only get 2.5 on that one, as Eddie Kingston able to kick out at the very last moment. Foley waiting on Kingston to get up again. Headbutt by Cactus Jack on Eddie Kingston. What's Mick Foley going for now? He's got that baseball bat. Oh my goodness, to the top of the skull of Eddie Kingston. Cactus Jack down into the cover. We get 2, and that's still all we get. Cactus Jack treating Eddie Kingston like his name is Eddie Edwards and he's Sami Callihan. And now we got Cactus Jack with the mandible claw. We got a cover. And we get 3. Cactus Jack utilizing the mandible claw to paralyze Eddie Kingston and get the 1-2-3 here in this Extreme Rules match this week on Fantasy Warfare. What a contest. What an effort by both men to come out on top. But in the end, it's Cactus Jack. Coming up next, it will be a continuation of the Rhodes and Flair rivalry inside of a steel cage, as the Nature Boy Ric Flair goes one-on-one with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.